My friend is asking me to sleep on my couch again, and I'm not sure what to do. Last time, it almost broke me. I'm a 24-year-old woman living in a small one-bedroom apartment. My childhood friend, who's 23, has been evicted twice now. She's known for being lazy and not cleaning up after herself. Despite our long history together, her behavior makes it hard for me to decide whether to help her again. In February, she got evicted for quitting her job and falling behind on rent. Feeling sorry for her, I let her sleep on my couch. She promised it would only be for 2 weeks, but she ended up staying for 5. During that time, she didn't contribute financially or help around the apartment. Her lack of hygiene was troubling, and she often invited a guy over, even when I was sick with a stomach virus. To make matters worse, she has a drinking problem and spends a lot of money at the bar. At first, I thought it was common sense to clean up after oneself, but things quickly got dirty, and she had someone over without asking. I would say things like, "Hey, the cat knocks over unattended cups and drinks out of them. It's leaving the floor sticky. Would you mind throwing it away before you leave?" She would agree, do it once or twice, then let it happen again. One time, I told her that her guy friend could watch a movie while I was out, but he couldn't stay after that, or overnight because we didn't know him well, and I had work early the next day. When I came back, they were gone. However, I developed a stomach virus overnight and had to leave work early. An hour after I got home, they both came in. I pulled her aside and asked if she could have him leave because I was sick and didn't want guests. She agreed, but didn't tell him to leave. Eventually, I had to get out of bed and ask him to leave myself because I wasn't feeling well and didn't want guests over. Now, she's been evicted again in June. This time, she said it was because she argued with her landlord, but the eviction notice mentioned unclean living conditions and unpaid rent. She's currently staying with her grandmother, but her job is 30 minutes away, and she struggles to find reliable transportation. She asked if she could sleep on my couch for 2 weeks and promised to pay me this time because I live much closer to her job. I'm torn. On one hand, I want to help my friend, but on the other hand, her previous stay affected my mental health, strained my relationship with my boyfriend, and put a dent in my finances. I fear losing my only friend if I refuse, but I also don't want to be taken advantage of again. Her pressure and emotional manipulation make it even harder. She makes me feel like a bad friend if I don't help her. I need to balance my empathy for her situation with the need to protect my well-being. I must decide whether to help her again or set boundaries to preserve my health. This decision will likely lead to a difficult conversation where I explain why I can't let her stay this time. The aftermath of my decision will depend on how she reacts. If she understands, we might still be friends. If she gets upset, there could be a fallout. Regardless, I'll have to deal with feelings of relief or guilt and the impact on our friendship. In the end, I need to prioritize my emotional and mental health. Setting boundaries is crucial, and while our friendship is still intact, I hope to find a way to maintain it without compromising my well-being. How do I decide between being a good friend and taking care of myself? Is there a way to help her without sacrificing my own well-being?